All right, guys. So today we're going to be looking at another application of percentages. This time we're going to be talking about discounts. And like in the previous video, I'm just going to give you a real world example and an overview of the concept, which is going to lead into just a practice question. So, discounts, we've all seen them around, discounts and sales when we go shopping. We have, at least here in Australia where I'm from, we have Boxing Day sales, which is the day after Christmas. We get a bunch of massive discounts in all shops. We have Black Friday sales, a bunch of kind of events, days where we have these massive discounts on the price of certain items. So once again, we're going to be talking about price significantly here. Now, we look at discounts as a certain price off, right? We save money when we get discounts. So let's say kind of I'm I go to a shop and I I've got a clothing rack here and I buy a pair of tracksuit pants. So these ones here, and these are typically priced at, let's say, $248. Now, I would personally never pay this much for tracksuits. I guess these are like some Gucci tracksuits or something for for this particular price. But I walk over and I see I see a sign that says that these are 12.5% off. Now, what does this remind you of in terms of an operation with percentages that we may have looked at before? Well, to me, this looks like we are going to be decreasing $248 by 12.5%. And this is just a real life application of the exercises we did in a few videos ago, where we were increasing or decreasing by certain percentages. And here, once again, we are looking at some price off by a certain percentage off our original price. Now, our 248 here, that is our marked price. And the 12.5%, or whatever amount of money that ends up being, the 12.5% off, that ends up being our discount. And once we find our discount and subtract it from our marked price, that is when we get our sale price or our discounted price. So all we're doing here is essentially just working through this question, which we should hopefully be comfortable with if you've watched my video on increasing and decreasing by certain percentages. Now, we can do this in a number of ways, but I'm going to use the kind of quicker, more efficient method from those two videos, which is going to say that if I discount our price, which makes up 100%, so our whole price, our $248, makes up 100%. That is our whole. And from that, we are subtracting 12.5%. And that will give us 87.5%. So we are essentially finding a fraction of our total price, or a percentage of our total price in this context. So we can say, well, we want to find 87.5% of $248. We could have also found 12.5% of $248 and just subtracted it from our original price. These are both two different routes to the same thing. Now, to give you a bit of revision of the unitary method while we're here as well, let's look at that procedure here. So we can review. We can use percentages of a quantity. We can use the unitary method. We can use a bunch of different methods, but I really like the unitary method, so I'm going to use that one here. Feel free to use your own in working through this question, but I'm going to say that $248 makes up 100%. Now, to get from 100 to 87.5, the easiest thing to do is to reduce this to 1%, because as we talked about in that unitary method video, the number 1 is really handy because we can get to it easy and we can get to other numbers easily from that. So I'm going to divide both sides by 100 to give me 1%. So I'm going to get that 1% equals, when 248 is divided by 100, we get $2.48. And now, to get to our discounted price, or our discounted price, which is some percentage of our original, we can multiply both sides by 87.5 to give us 87.5% of our original. Now, doing that, we're going to get 87.5% on our right-hand side. And on our left-hand side, we're going to get 2.48, which is our 1%, multiplied by 87.5. And that equals 7.5, $217. So, we have just found that when we have a discount, when we apply some discount to a marked price, then we are just finding obviously a smaller number because it's a discount, but we're finding some percentage of that total price. And that is how discounts worked. And the price we found here is our sale price. We could have also found our sale price, like I said before, by subtracting the discount we got from our original marked price. Or we can just do this more efficient way and just go straight into finding what this fraction of $248 is. This being 87.5. The difference between our whole 100% and our 12.5% discount. Now, that is discounts in a nutshell, and we will look at profit and loss in the next video. I'll see you guys there.